This is the mobile typewriter orientation session 0.01, star date January 9th, 2025. This is an incredible handmade typewriter tote bag that my friend in Minneapolis gave me. And inside of the typewriter tote bag is the most incredible custom refurbished Hermes baby machine made by my friends in Malaga, Spain. Okay, this machine was made in Switzerland in like 1964 and was originally this mint green color. They found the old machine, brought it back to life, and chromed her out. You still get those beautiful mint keys, but then you get this shiny, beautiful body. So this is a great machine for you to acclimate yourself on. You're going to be able to use this machine for the event. I'm going to take one for the team and use a subpar machine so that you can have this Glamagal. These are the exact paper source cards that we will be using, so it's just perfect for you to be able to practice on these. These are made of cotton, by the way, Savoy cotton. So it's totally sustainable in a different way. You're not killing any trees. So you have this, feel how nice that feels. It's kind of like a luxe feel. It's a little thick. It's like good solid stock. So I'm going to just show you the fundamentals here, and then you'll get to keep this video and you'll just play with the machine, acclimate yourself. You know, you already know what it means to empathize with an individual and to create a poem for them on their topic, you know, to translate your feelings into a poem. But then adding the factor of the typewriter totally changes what is able to come out of you, how they're able to receive the art. You're going to be writing poems for some people that may have never read a poem before. They may have not had a genuine conversation with a stranger in years, you know? So you get to open them up in a way that may be totally foreign to them or may be very nostalgic for them. So the typewriter really kind of catalyzes that interaction. So you're going to take your card and you put it in behind the carriage. This is the carriage here and this is the roller. So the card goes in behind there so that then you can swivel it down under the mechanism to write. So this machine, this carriage is releasable with this silver knob here. So when you release that, you always want to make sure you're holding something here, a finger, or else if you release it and you're not holding it, it's going to go blah.
Yeah.
So this machine, it is somewhat delicate because it's an antique, but they were also made very solid, you know? So this is like, if you release it and you're not holding, it's not going to break, you know? And generally, if something goes a little awry, I know pretty much everything about how to fix this machine. So, you know, treat it with care, but also don't feel like it's like a Fabergé egg. So you're moving it around this way, right? You're going to be able to practice this yourself, but I'm just acclimating you. This knob. Now, when you're going to get started writing, you're going to curl that paper down under the carriage. One thing that's missing on this is a little knob here. This beautiful knob is here. My friends at El Granero are sending a replacement, but for right now, it does make it a little hard. So you can kind of turn here and here. So it's coming up underneath. Once you have enough of a lip here, you can raise that paper bar and tuck it under so you're ready to go.
Whoa.
Perfect. I know. Once this is a really great starting position. You got kind of a nice left justification here. You got a little space on the margin here. You got a little space on the top. We're creating, you know, custom one-of-a-kind literary objet d'art, art objects. So the enjambment, the way that the words move across the page is really important. So starting in a good place like this and then allowing the poem to flow from there as you're newer to the typewriter is a great place to start. When you get more experienced and you have more kind of communion with the machine, you can do more concrete poetry, shape poetry, that kind of thing. But for now, keeping it simple is good. When you're typing, we're going to begin to type. You're not kind of anemically stroking the keys like what you would do with an iPhone or something. You want to meaningfully, purposefully poke the keys. You are the mistress of this machine, and it must know that you have the bold strength to command it. So I'm going to just start off with Hi Brianna, okay?
Okay.
You'll see how hard I'm pushing. You want that crisp ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, right?
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
I see that.
Boom. Hi Brianna. Now I'm ready to go to the next line.
Okay.
To go to the next line, what I like to do to get precision on how far down I want to go, I will just manually turn. You can hear that little click, right?
That means each line.
Exactly. So if you go just 1, it's really, really tight. 2 is nice and gives you space if you want to have a slightly longer poem. You can even go 3 if you're going to do a shorter, a haiku, or just a rhyming couplet. When we were doing our training before, you allowed yourself to move into free verse. I highly recommend free verse. It's more popular these days. You know, rhyming is great. I love rhyming too. So you can throw rhymes in there, but kind of pepper them in lightly. You don't feel confined to having to make A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, 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 you know?
Yeah.
Let it be a little free. So when you're ready to move, you're moving down a line, you're moving over. Maybe I want to indent this a little farther. I hit the space bar. Now I'm going to come in here. Then maybe the next line I'm going to go back out and be here. You know, you can play with it. And again, you have lots of practice paper here. So writing your poem, just get that poem out. I'm going to do one for you. What's your topic?
Sunsets.
Sunsets. Are you pro or anti-sunset?
I love sunsets. They're really pretty.
Any particular, when you think of like the ultimate sunset, is it over mountains, over ocean, just out your window, driving through the plains?
I would say probably the ocean and with someone I love.
Beautiful, beautiful. Little typo, you can just go back, click back 1. I was just gonna do an S. It came out as a very light W. Very easy to just make that an S. This arm is sticking up a little bit sometimes. If that arm sticks up like that, you can just push it back down, okay? Don't read while I write.
Oh. I'm watching what your fingers are doing now.
Sick. All right. So when you're done with the poem, you want to make sure you hand it over to the person with 2 hands because it's a very precious, sacred object. You can ask them if they would like you to read it out loud to them. You'll be right next to me, so you'll get the hang of this and all of my little quirks as I do it. But I like to give them the opportunity to choose if they like it read out loud or not. Would you like me to read it out loud to you?
Sure.
You can skip the Hi Brianna part. I am a setting sun, falling beneath the waves, not just for you and your love, but all humans, all beings, all life. Yes, all living things feel the heat of the setting sun. And I did a little dedication here. Love, Ellie Marks, for Brianna. And that's nice to do on every poem too. And you see I've kind of got everything balanced here. There's a nice little bit of negative space around everything. I'll show our audience at home as well. Again, it doesn't always have to be exactly like this format, but this is a nice way to just have it feel balanced. And you see I did make that little typo there, but it's subtle, so it's easy to fix. If you make a typo and it makes it unreadable somehow, rewrite it. It's fine. Just toss this paper. One thing I did here that I just want to point out, I recommend that people not repeat phrases, setting sun, unless it's like a meaningful, that's the point. So it's like, so I did that on purpose because it's like,
you were connecting.
Sun, like, and it's the open and the close.
Yeah.
So I just want to point that out because that's one thing that sometimes when you're writing a poem on the spot, you'll accidentally use the same word twice, and it's just like, blah. If it's an accident,
which I hate that.
rewrite it. Exactly. So
that
that is the introduction to the Hermes baby.
Okay.
you're gonna have this video, and we're gonna do a video training too, but you can just play around with this and get comfortable with the pressure and that kind of thing. I will show you at a later date how the ribbons work and everything, but if you start to see it was getting a little light here, a little funky, if it starts doing that, you can always just give it a little spin here, and then it will be back on track. So that is your gorgeous machine for this incredible event. To put the top back on, you just want to make sure the carriage is balanced here, so it's like not hanging off the edge. Tuck that little thing in as you push it down, and it just shimmies right on top. Boom.
Awesome.
So happy to have you on the team. We are going to have an incredible first event together and have fun playing with this. You can keep this as a souvenir.
Yes. Oh, this will be fun. It's just like, it's funny because I've always wanted a typewriter. Like,
This is not yours to keep.
no.
This is my favorite machine.
Yeah, no, this is to borrow. But
yes,
I
we
just
will
meant,
get you
like,
a
I've always
cool
wanted to,
machine.
like, play with one.
Oh, yeah.
you know, so.
I have another one coming to town that you could keep actually after the event if you want to just continue to have it to practice and stuff.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Awesome. All right,
These
let's
are
get out of
awesome.
here.
Yep.
Cut.